Virgos, welcome and welcome back to the Honey Sea Star Tarot. So this is going to be our weekly read from February 16th through February 22nd, which is the Starseed Ascension portal. I'm just saying. But before we get started though, I just wanted to say thank you guys to each and every one of you. Seriously, you are what makes this channel a success, but more importantly, you are what makes this channel surrounded and lifted in love. And so I love you back. So let's see what's going on. So as we walk into this week, the moon is going to be trine with Jupiter, and the moon currently is in Libra. Jupiter is in Gemini, and so this enhances a positive vibe as well as open perspective for us. And so it's a wonderful opportunity, especially walking into the week. It's kind of like Happy Monday is how I would put it, but it really sets our focus in a way that opens to collaboration and, like I say, others' viewpoints. Now, that being said, the moon is also going to be square with Mars during this time, and Mars is in Cancer. And so don't be surprised if you feel or experience some internal conflict during this time as we head into this week too. I know, I'm sorry. But either way, what it really brings for us is a need for balance. It gives us an urge to find and make and create and foster that balance and harmony between strong emotions, between strong reactions and defensiveness, and also an inner tension with wanting to maintain peace. Now, with the Ace of Wands here coming in right away in reverse, this is about blocked energies, delays, frustrations, lack of inspiration and creativity, or even lack of willpower. So I can definitely see the tension here as you're coming in. But also, too, there's a fogginess with this. I would also hesitate to say this, and so please don't click off. I don't mean it in a bad way. But there could be procrastination that you've been kind of feeling, where you've been really sleeping on yourself in some ways. This is also a time to be really gentle with yourself. The square aspect between the moon and Mars may very well make you feel overly critical, not only of yourself, but also of others as well. And so this is a time really to take it easy, be gentle on yourself if you're feeling those blockages, those frustrations, or even feeling like you're getting down on yourself of like, why am I not doing more? This is the time to really stand in your strength. And your strength is basically choosing to triumph with love over hate. There's a harmony in your vision and a courage to go after it and power. But it takes that stable foundation, right? It takes that heart chakra. It also takes that 8, the magic of Hermetic art, infinity, perfection, control. And so as I would put it, it kind of helps us remind ourselves to not only be gentle with ourselves, but also to think of things in the way of really trusting the process of divine timing. And I know if you've grown during that point here as well, I get it. Patience is always the hardest part about it, right? It's the hardest lesson to learn. But this inner tension basically might pull you between, again, wanting to maintain peace and harmony, peace in your relationships, and also expressing your frustrations, expressing your concerns during this time. Now, it will intensify on the 17th as well. The moon's going to be moving into Scorpio, which intensifies our intuition as well as our analytical nature. And so this is a time to really utilize that energy to your benefit. It pushes us to focus on our intimacy, focus on our trust as well as our vulnerabilities and who we work with. But more importantly, to come to the table with that, with that intuition, with reading and really responding to others' emotions, others' viewpoints in a diplomatic way that really creates and fosters a place of peace and a place of harvest. Basically, it's like where you're setting up stability and peace, where you're setting people as well as yourselves up through problem solving, through collaboration, cooperation, in foundations and stabilities. You're creating that safe space that understands what makes people tick. You're understanding underlying motives, meanings, finding common goals through the process, more importantly, so that you can create win-win solutions, so that you're setting people up with success, finding solutions that, like I say, are setting everyone up for success, and more importantly, starts building successional plannings, not only for the current situation, but also for situations down the road. And that's the true focus of a foundation, right? Is how long it stands, how sturdy it is. Now, on the 18th, the sun is also going to be moving into Pisces during this time. This influences us to embrace our compassionate intuition side as well. So don't be surprised this week if you can read people and read their emotions with such a power that is a gift that can really help with situations, with bringing resolve to situations, with bringing a nurturing nature to problems that allows you to think outside the box, to get movement going, but more importantly, to challenge traditional values, the way things have always been done, just because they've been done that way, rather. And instead, think outside the box in unconventional norms. More importantly, leading that with compassion, with nurturing aspects that really, again, set everybody up with success or lead everybody to success, but it really leverages itself on that hidden wisdom. And also the mindfulness of self-awareness, reflection, and leading by example in that idea, staying self-disciplined in your control of your emotions, and taking the time to rest when needed, to process emotions. And that's really where the moon being trine with Saturn on the 19th is going to help us. This really allows us to basically take a deep introspection in the emotions that we feel, particularly when it comes to our relationships, our harmony in our relationships, compatibilities, and then also to the resolve, the reconciliation of difficult situations, coming to the table and again, bringing out that nurturing aspect and leveraging that energy to inspire creativity through expression, but more importantly, to process those heavy emotions so that you can come, and those complex emotions, so that you can come back to the table with authentic values, or with a focus on values that more or rather stand in authenticity, focus on commitments, and also focus on support and boundaries, healthy boundaries that is too, that are really focused towards or inspired to move towards well-being, where they're all at the center of the problem solving. And if that resonates, by all means, I am curious as a cat, because this week is where it's like if you've had underlying emotions or issues that have caused a lot of emotional upheaval, if you've just been exposed or experiencing tough, difficult situations or strong emotions in general, this is where you're really coming to the table to resolve. You're validating yourself. You're being gentle with yourself, but more importantly, you're coming back to the table and really seeing the coin from both sides, right? Addressing issues in a diplomatic way that allows you to really honor yourself and honor others with respect, standing in your confidence, standing in your resolve, but more importantly, moving together towards success, towards victory through symmetry and harmony with the six, and integration of basically opposites. You may not always agree, but you can learn from each other, and taking those opportunities to really be open-minded to others' viewpoints, even though you may not, leave the table in complete commitment and agreement, you can always learn something from those different perspectives. And this is really taking the opportunity to honor that this week. Now, on the 20th, we also have a half moon in Sagittarius. And this is a time where, for Virgos, it brings a surge of broadened perspectives, a desire for adventure, and also can bring on a spirited restlessness. So don't be surprised. It doesn't surprise me that popped out, but don't be surprised if you are on a mission, really, of exploring new territories. Also daydreaming. But it can lead to a sense of restlessness, or spirited restlessness, rather, to really check out new adventures, new places, new experiences, broadening your horizons. Again, learning from people who think differently from you and finding that balance. Now, with Virgos especially, it really encourages us to explore new ideas, but also embrace our Virgo side, remaining grounded in our practicality so that we can dream. We can, basically look at those new ventures, those new experiences, but also too, come back to the table in our grounding so that we can apply practical action towards our relationships. This is like the love language of action rather than words in a lot of ways, but really a focus on those friendships, on that peace in our relationships, the harmony in our relationships, and really truly moving towards a place of action as opposed to looking at things as temptations. And this is where it's like the knights, both of them are really focusing on this. It's like looking at the ideas, the options, the temptations, taking action. And then also too, a creative spark, utilizing that creativity, that inspiration, good news as well potentially, that really offers an opportunity to bring balance into your relationships, your partnerships, but more importantly, to really foster that peace, that harmony and balance. Now, we may also during this time neglect detailed planning in lieu of exploration, can't talk, and impulsive adventure. So just kind of be prepared with that challenge. It'll really pull at our Virgo side or our Virgo strings. And so now is also the time to remember our discipline. Remember what makes us tick, right? This is where you will be able to stand strong with remaining grounded in your practicality, with remaining and standing in your Virgo strength while you're being pulled to these new experiences. And so it's this wonderful opportunity really to be that rock basically in a situation or in a collaborative group. And if that resonates, by all means, and you feel comfortable, share your story of what you're working on. This is very much a collaborative project, very much focused on relationships, how you're working with others, what you're resolving with others, conflicts that have been kind of there, pushed to the wayside and then coming back to rear their ugly head, or that sounds bad, but you know what I mean. But share your story and how you're leveraging those Virgo skills, because this is a time in this half moon where your gifts are truly needed. Your energy is truly needed towards bringing that practicality to solutions. And I mean, gosh, at the bottom of the deck, like I say, there's again the Lover's card with the harmony and the balance, focus on partnerships, healthy relationships, seeing things as they are, shining the light on those shadows, those darker emotions. More importantly, utilizing your intuition to guide the way. Utilizing your intuition to bring it back to the practical action. And on the 21st, I do want to also say, you're going to need it because the moon is also going to be square with Mercury's, which Mercury is in Pisces. Virgos are led by Mercury, and Pisces is our opposite sign. So for us, it creates a tension between the need for order, for practicality. Well, that's okay. It wanted to come out, so I'm not gonna argue. But either way, it creates a tension between our need for order and practicality and our desire for expansive thinking and ideas. And so again, this is where it's like you are really standing up for the truth, for justice. Just deserves. If you've been dealing with legal aspects, fairness aspects, this is where you're standing in your truth, and that leads to your justice. You may also feel, though, during this time that there's a bit of mental clutter going on. And so focusing on your craft is really going to help you during this time. Focusing on your expertise, what you do best. And again, staying diligent, staying focused towards those goals. Continue to work and not get distracted, especially with those foggy aspects. But again, being open to the desire to exploring expansive thinking, new ideas so that you can apply them as the King of Cups through your rationality, through your emotional balance and intelligence, coming to the table in those ways to really balance the scales, balance the energies in your co-collaborations, to work through misunderstandings, to focus on expressing and communication, or expression and communication through healthy boundaries, through healthy relationships, fostering healthy, compassion in your relationships to avoid misunderstandings. Because like I say, this is the point where it's really like you're standing in your emotional intelligence, and because of it, you're focusing your energies. This is going to take willpower. And again, this may also take or lead towards travel, but a change is coming, and it's coming swift, and it's also enlightening us to an ambition. It's uncovering and shining a light on an ambition that really brings us to the attainment of our 10 of Cups, building those healthy tribes, working with success and stability, but also, too, it helps resolve those heavier emotions, those really erratic, tense situations, to bring health back into the situation, to bring health back into those relationships, and to let go of the toxicity that isn't serving us or the party in general or the problem in general as well. And so this is really where it's like, hey, there may be things where it's like you are pulled in temptations, you're pulled away from your focus, and this is the week where it's like you are really embracing your compassion. to open your mind, clear the mental clutter, get out of the analysis paralysis, and focus on how you communicate, how you work together, how you problem solve, and being willing to learn from each other and stand with each other in your commonality of goals, ambitions, to really lead you to February 22nd, the Starseed Ascension portal. Now, I promise I will do a separate read on this because it is a very cool portal, I'm just saying, but it's all about the collective. Understanding that we are all connected, that we are all one, that we are all made of the same star seeds. And truly, even though we are different, where each one of us is unique, we are all connected in the way that we are ancient souls, that we're ancient sages, and that there's mastery in our destiny if we rise with dignity in coming to those commonalities, coming to those common goals, basically through love, through compassion. And so the Starseed is, thank you, wow. The Starseed Ascension portal really is a day where the collective has an ascension of balance, harmony, and divine connection through our third eye opening. So it's not just about us humans. It's also about, what we steward on this earth, and then also what our purpose is, connecting with our life's purpose and receiving guidance with not only our higher selves, our angels, our ancestors, and the divine. They are all walking with us at this point, and this is a time where the veil is thin, where we all get to connect in that unity, rise up in that unity, and be the coyotes, the revealers of truths. And so this is the time as well to take great wisdom, especially when it comes to raising your vibrations, laughing at your own folly, learning from the life's tricks and traps, but more importantly, being able to take the wisdom to look out for them going forward, utilizing that wisdom so that we're better prepared. That's what this Starseed Ascension is all about, especially when it comes to connecting in a collective ascension that leads towards progress of creating and fostering safe stability in balance and harmony. Now, the moon during this time is also going to be in Capricorn, which for us Virgos, you may feel a heightened sense of responsibility. You also may feel like if you had been dealing with stagnancy, this is a time where it's going to enhance your ambition like no other, as well as your discipline. And so it amplifies our focus on our goals, our foundations, and it enhances us with this portal energy and connecting with our soul's purpose through love and unity. And again, this is where you are standing in your emotional intelligence, in your emotional love leadership as the swan of grace. And so what Spirit's really reminding us with the grace of the swan is to ask the divine during this ascension portal to transform you into elegance and grace, inspire you with dignity and the spirit of beauty as you walk, but also the wisdom and light that your soul's highest purpose is meant to gift not only you in this lifetime, but your ancestors in past lifetimes, and also to the future. Our successional planning of of who comes after, to really set that stage and lead by example. Just saying, but check out the Honey Sea Star store. Not only does it help support the channel, but all of the words, all of the designs are meant to be power words. And so during this Starseed Ascension portal, it is a wonderful time to really utilize that energy of those power words to lift yourself up, to empower you along your soul's purpose, and also uplift and inspire you in connecting with the divine so that you can walk with light and grace. Like I say, this is an interesting ascension where we're going to be seeing a lot of collectives coming together, rising up towards common goals, but also to standing really united in ethics, in our moralities. So it's not just about legal law, because of course that changes, right? And it changes by country, culture, etc. But it's standing in those ethical morals that make us human. Our kindness, our compassion, being gentle with yourself as well as others. And so during this portal, mirror meditation may very well be what you need. The Honey Sea Star store, though, will also help. So check them out. Let me know what you think of the designs. Now, if you don't see your power word in there, though, and you feel comfortable, share it with the Honey Sea Star here in the comments below. Let me design it for you and with you so that we can share it through the Honey Sea Star store and lift all of us Virgos up through love, through light, and through success as we walk through the Ascension portal together in collective ascension and in opening our third eye. And like I say, this is about opening the eye to opening the door of humanity in a lot of ways. You know, we have such a duality with humanity. This portal really allows us to look at the love aspect, look at the compassion, the unity, all the good things, the high vibrational things that make us unique, but also too that help us connect, remind us that we are all one and that we are all connected. So just saying, it's a beautiful time, and I will do a separate reading on the portal as well. But like I was saying, the mirror magic, or mirror meditation rather, I hesitate to use the word magic because really it's just energy. It's mirror work energy. Talking to yourself during that time, really connecting to yourself, meditating with you during, with mirror meditation aspects or energies, allows you to really receive messages from your higher self. And so this is a time too where music therapy will really help you with opening that energy as well, opening that doorway. And so what we've got here, if you practice, music meditation as well, or during your meditations, if you do sound baths, focus on D sharp, C sharp, and E sharp. It'll really help you with realigning your chakras, because what I'm seeing here is quite a bit of the solar plexus. And then we also have the crown and the heart. And so you could be struggling here with your confidence, knowing that you are enough, and then also too connecting with the divine and understanding that really you're stepping into the wise part of who you are. And again, mirror meditation will really help you with doing that. And then of course the heart, that's really about understanding that you are a divine vessel of love, and that truly cherishing the present, being grateful for all that is, all that was, and all that's on its way, especially as we walk through this portal, will really help us with standing in our strength, help us with realigning our chakras. Now, color therapy-wise as well, getting the vibrational energy through color to really help us, that light vibration energy, will really help us as well with realigning. And so this is a very analogous color scheme that promotes action, inspiration, and creativity, as well as problem solving. So we've got reds, oranges, and yellows, a lot of warm colors, which really promotes that earth energy, that rooted energy that aligns us from our root to our crown. And so try working with those and embracing those colors as well during this week, especially during the Starseed Ascension portal. So it'll really help you with coming to those conclusions, those collaborative solutions, as you work through and step into that love leadership. Because right now, what I'm seeing here is that your detail analytical self, how you work through problems, how you come to the table with a heightened sensitivity, especially because your intuition is so heightened this week and your compassion is so awakened during all of this energy. Your skills, your gifts are needed at this time to help root other people just as much. And so I truly hope this reading helps. If this resonated, by all means, like I say, your support really is what makes this channel what it is and is why it's here today. And so please like, share, subscribe. But until we see each other again, I am sending all my light and love. Charlie in the background says, I love you back as well. And I'll see you in the next reading. Take care.